Right?
Okay, sir.
And in this session of the first of the session for the SAP FICO, we will start to learn what is exactly by the FI and what exactly by the CO. See, it will be the
Okay, sir.
FI and CO, but not FICO. Why? Because here FI in the sense of finance and CO means it's a controlling or costing. That means the both are the independent components, but both are having tightly coupled integration in between of the clients. That means in FI, which we are calling as it is only external accounting system, and the CO, which we will be calling it as an internal accounting system. So, what is the difference in between of the external and internal? Let me check out the concepts. You can get an idea. In FI, the first thing will be the general ledger, and the second thing will be the accounts payables, and as well as TDS, and as well as cash discounts, and also the something else, banking, and all these things will be coming under the AP, and as well as the accounts receivables, as which we discussed in the previous. That means all the external business activities which were doing from our company. That means wherever the company persons has been interacted with the externals, which we are calling as a finance. That was an external accounting system. Without of the external, we can't get the internal. That's why
Yes, sir.
first of all we need to interact with the FI. That's why it was an FICO. It's not an FICO. Right? Under this FI, let's see. Now, our client, so this is an SAP system, and our client is some XYZ group of the chemicals. So let us take the example of the something around Penna Cements. This is my client. That means you are the person or we are the team which is working under or which is working on Infosys for the client of Penna Cements. In this Infosys, the total project implementation or that can be done in the 5 levels or 5 pages. That's what we will be calling as an like in generally which we are calling as a software development life cycle. But here we are calling this as an ASAP methodology. That means the total implementation process will be happening by through a SAP methodology. In this SAP methodology, we consist of 5 levels. Under that, the first one which we can call as a high level preparation. So, what exactly will be the high level preparation in the sense of the high level preparation is nothing but like an making of the contracts and the communications with the client. That means which we can call as an something. It was simply calling as an high level preparation in the sense of preparation of the contracts with the client. Contracts with the client. That means whatever the client requirement has been given and whatever the client is asking about of something, whatever that can be deals with the high level preparation. And the second thing which we can call as a business blueprint. Business blueprint. That means what they are exactly doing is they are collecting the requirements from the client. That means the first thing it has been done, the client and our company has been got the communication that was cleared for us. And in the next level, the client people has been given the requirement for us, what they exactly need. And the third level which we can call as an a realization, here whatever the clients has been asking about of the requirement into the SAP system, we will make into the SAP. That means which we can make it as an customization or implementation. And the fourth level, which we can call as an final preparation. And this will be calling as an something like that. Final preparation is testing and training to the end users. Testing and training to users. That means which we can simply call as an cutover activities. And at last, finally, the fifth level, which we will be calling as an which we will be calling as this fifth level as an go live. It means using and supporting. In generally, these five levels which we will be calling as an SAP methodology. Now, as which we discussed here, our client is Penna. Penna Cements people has been reached to our Infosys. And the Infosys people went to the client and they're collecting the requirement from the Penna Cements. And as per their financial activities and the costing activities, we need to make the customization of this SAP system. But in before of that, I need to clarify about something. What it was, first of all, I need to know that how to enter on SAP. Now, this was the PC which has been given to the one user in the Infosys. Now, as a user, if I want to access this PC, how it was? That was the first major question which I had. How I can access this PC or system when I want to enter onto the SAP. In the situation, what we need to do here, let's see, first of all we need to go for, here, double click on SAP logon. The thing is, double click on SAP logon under desktop. That means you can have one window or one logon pad or one icon under the desktop with the name of SAP logon, like this one. Let me check it out. See, this was the SAP logon. So just double click on this one. That is else. Double click on SAP logon. When you are double clicking on this SAP logon, you can get another window like this. Now here, if you can see, our server name will be shown here. That means after double clicking on the SAP logon, select our server, then again click on logon. See, from here, which server we need to access, select it and make it logon. That means we are entering onto the SAP system. When you are entering onto the SAP system, first of all, it asks me about the authentication. That means what would be your client and what would be your user ID and as well as what would be your password and as well as the language. Now these are the authentications which we need to provide for the client. That means for the server. So first of all, it asks me about the client. Here the client ID which I am using the 800. Let's see here, which I am using the client ID of, automatically it has been came the 800. Why should the 800? I will let you know that's one also. And as well as here my user ID will be the SAP user and as well as my password will be something India 123 and the languages comes with the English. And after giving of all these authentication, just make press enter. Press enter. That means, let me check it out. Here my user ID will be something. My user ID will be something and my password is something and the language is Indian enter. Now you are getting the initial screen. Now we are getting the initial screen. The screen which we will be calling as a name GUI. If we are getting the screen which we will be calling that as a name GUI. So what exactly by the GUI in the sense of it was nothing but like a name graphical user interface. Graphical user interface. So by using this interface screen, the user will be working. That means initially we can get the GUI. Okay. So in before of discussing about of that, what would be the version which we are using, and as well as why should we have to use the client of the internet, not the other? Let's see. The client of the 800 and 801, 810 and 811. These are the four client IDs which we can call as a name IDES clients. What exactly by the IDES in the sense of international demonstrational and educational system. That means for making of the academic purpose and the learning purpose, we can access this. These are the four lines. But instead of the real time, we can access this. In the real time, we can't having these things. Here only we are having this. Why? Because it's in a demo version. Under here, so under here, and again the second thing is what would be the version of ours? Let's see. Log on. Your method log on. And what would be the user ID? And what would be the password? And now you can see IDES means International Demonstrational and Educational System with the version of ECC 6.0. So that is the version name which we can call as an ECC 6.0. 6.0 version ECC in the sense of which we can call this as an enterprise core component. Enterprise core component. So it is enterprise core component. Under this ECC also we are using the EHP5. What is this EHP5 in the sense of the EHP5 means enhancement pack 5. EHP5. That's what it was is enhancement pack 5. Now welcome to the IDES. What do you mean by the IDES in the sense of it was an international demonstrational and educational system, and as well as ECC in the sense of enterprise core component, and it was on a 6.0 version. Under that also we are using the EHP5 and just enter. Now we have been entered with the SAP. Under the screen of this initial SAP screen, this is an initial SAP screen. In this initial SAP screen, the screen totally which we can call as a GUI or a user interface screen. In other words, which we can call as an easy access screen. Easy access screen. In the top of the screen, which you can get the menu, edit, favorites, extra, system help, all these things which we can call as a menu bar. This one. And this is the button which we can use for the enter. That means instead of using the keyboard, you can directly enter on that one by using this thing. And this is the cursor was blinking here. The cursor blinking part, which we will be calling as a command field. That means if you want to give any instruction to the system or a PC or an SAP system, we need to give the instructions from this place on. This is called as a command field or a command bar. And now After that, or in the top down, you can see that SAP Easy Access screen. That is called as a title bar. This was in a title bar, and as well as this was in a drop down list. And in the top down which we are having this is called as a status bar. And now, first initially press enter. When I am entering onto the SAP, it will be showing this screen. This is the screen which we are calling as a GUI, or else the easy access screen. That means in the SAP methodology which we have decided, the client has been made the contract with the client, and after that the client has been given the requirement. As per the requirement, they have been customized, and after that the user is working here. Initially that screen will be displaying here. That is a screen which we are calling this as a GUI. What exactly by the GUI in the sense of it was a graphical user interface. So what is a graphical user interface in the sense of it was an end user screen, or else the easy access screen. Whatever we have done by through the SAP, the client can be users are accessing this GUI. And after the GUI, it is in a front end, but I need to make the customization from the back end. At the time, I need to go for the back end by using or that screen which we can call as an IMG. The screen which we can call as an IMG. And what exactly by the IMG? What it means by the IMG in the sense of it was an implementation guide screen. What was the name? IMG in the sense of it was implementation guide screen. That means whatever the clients has been customized, the company has been customized, everything or every task can be done by through this implementation. So it was nothing but like a consultancy. That means we are making the customization by through the implementation of the IMG, and after that the user is working with the GUI. So that's what exactly it was happening. Now the GUI is in a user and the implementation is for the consultant. Now, okay, Mr. Vijay, which you are saying that we need to work out with the GUI. Sorry, IMG, I am accepting this one. But when I'm entering onto the SAP, it was showing only the GUI. How can I move from the GUI to IMG? That means there was a code will be there which we need to enter here. That was an SPRO. What do you mean by the SPRO? So what's exactly by the SPRO in the sense of SPRO is a transaction code to move from GUI to IMG. That means moving from front end to back end. Front end to back end is using by SPRO. Let's see. SPRO. Enter. And there is no more questions. Either we can use the small letters or big letters. There is not a problem. But because the total SAP is not also questions. And here SPRO is to move from GUI to IMG. And as well as okay, first we are moving from GUI to IMG, front end to back end. Fine. Now we are in the back end. I want to move into the front end. I want to come back from the front end. Then what we need to do? Let us see. SPRO. This is to moving from GUI to IM. This was an IM. But even in the same situation, I want to know to come back also. For that, which we need to use the code of your /n. So what will be the purpose of the /n is to move from to move from IMG to GOI. One is from here to there, and another one is from there to here. As like that, we can have a multiple of things. One is from GUI to IMG, and another one is from IMG to GUI. And here /n. Enter. If you are anywhere in the SAP, you can directly click on the screen, and you are making into the that comes into the GUI screen. And now if you can watch here, I'm having only one SAP screen, only one other, but I need some more to work on for myself. That means, as in the Google Chrome which we are using a multiple of the sessions, as like as I need to work with the multiple of the sessions. In the situation, what I need to do here, /go, enter, generate. Now just watch it. It was added in. As that is, again, /go, /go, generate. I'm getting one here. As like as, what is the purpose of the /o in the sense of the /go is used to move from the /go is used to move from sorry to create a new session /o to create a new session in generally which we are calling as a tabs, but here which we are calling as a multiple of this session, create a new session, and as well as /i. And even if you can ask that, okay, first you are saying that we can move into the multiple of the sessions here, but can we take a lot of the sessions here? How much of the there is any limitations will be there in the sense of yes, a max of 6 sessions. It should not be more than the 6. And as well as /i to close the current session. One is for the to create the new session, and another one is to close the current session. See, if I can have the multiple of the things here, but I want to close one /i, enter. Now I'm having only the 2. Now even I want to close one more. Again, if I can go for the /i, it is going to push close. As like that, which we can close all the multiple sessions by using the /i. See, /o is for creating a new session, the max of 6, and /i to close the current session where we are. And now, being as a professional consultant in SAP, the most of the time, please don't use the mouse. Always go for the functionalities. Like every functional key is having their own nature. Like F1. What will be the F1? It was gonna help you. Anyway, it was gonna help. F1 in the sense of it was gonna help. That means place the cursor anywhere SAP. Just click on your functional key of the F1. Automatically you can get in a window what it was and what we have to do and what exactly things, everything will be shown. That means wherever place the cursor and if you can press the F1, it was automatically showing that what it was. And the next thing is F2. What was the purpose of the F2 is double click. Wherever you want to double click on the button, just use the F2. And F3. Come back one step, not quit from the screen. See, it was only come back from one step itself. Come back from one step itself. F2. Come back one step. And F4. F4 is nothing but like a help tool To open the radio button, to open the radio button, to open the radio button, and as like as F5. F5 is a shortcut key for making of a new entries. That means whenever you are getting the one option with the new entries, instead of using the mouse, we should directly go for the F5. Directly it will be saved. You can make the F5 directly it will be going to save. And as well as F6. So F6 is for the copy, as like as Control C. F7, select all. F8, whatever we have selected, we need to remove the selection. That means which we can call as a deselect. And F10, let's make the menu bar. Directly accessing the system by menu bar. And as well as F11, it was on a save. And F12, quit or lag off. Log on in the sense of entry, log off in the sense of to close. Wherever we are going to close that one. It was on a F12. Now, these are all of the things which we can call as a standard SAP system things. That means can't be able to change and can't be able to create. We will use those of the things by default. So those which we can call it as a the standard SAP things. Just see here. First of all, how to enter on SAP. Just make the double click on SAP logon. Just make the double click on the SAP logon. Now the system will automatically show this logon button here. And there was a multiple of the logon tags will be there. There was a multiple of the logon tags will be there. Now select your server, which one you want to access, and make the login. Now give your user ID and as well as the password and the language enter. That's it. This is how we can enter onto the SAP system. This is how we can enter onto the SAP system. Now, using by this, I need to start up my first work. So here, my first work will be the enterprise structure. That means, as which we discussed, the client has been already incorporated with, depends upon their requirement, we need to customize. Here, the first topic of the F5, which we can call as an F5ES. So, what's an F5ES in the sense of, it was an finance enterprise structure. Finance enterprise structure. That means they are working for the client of the Panasonic. That means we need to take the organization structure of the Panasonic, not the Infosys. So, as in the client of the Panasonic, they are given their requirement. That means they are given their structure will be like this, and what they are saying that PENNAGRP, that was their group, Penna groups. Under that Penna groups, they are having the Penna cements, iron, ore iron, and something, a lot. And as well as they are making the business in the areas of the AP, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Maharashtra. And all these, they are making the business and they are having the offices From there, they are making the business of Hyderabad, Vizag, Chennai, Pune, Maharashtra, Indira, Mumbai, and a lot. The client has been given the requirement like this. As per that, Penna Group, which we can call as a company, under the Penna Cements is called as a company code. And all these things which we can call as a consolidation business area. And all these things which we can call as a revenue areas, in generally, we are in a SAP which we call as a business. That means when you are facing of an interview also, if the interview is asking that, okay, Mr. Can you tell me about the FIES? That means FI enterprise structure. FI enterprise structure. Then we need to say the FI enterprise structure consists of the company. First thing will be the company. And what was a company? Simply we can say that it was a group of the company. That means high level group of the company. And what do you mean by the company code? Company code. Company is in a group. And what was in a company code in the sense of it was a subsidiary part of the group. It was a subsidiary part of the group. And the third one, which we can call this as a consolidation business area. What do you mean by the consolidation business area in the sense of where the organization was physically located? That means geographical areas of a company. Geographical area of a company. And at last, business area. And at last, business area. What do you mean by the business area? The business area is nothing but like a the business area is nothing but like a what we can say that the revenue areas. Revenue. So these are the things which I can have in my enterprise structure. Now when the interview is asking that, can you tell me that what is mean by the enterprise structure or else what are the elements which we are having under FI enterprise structure? Then we can say that in FIES we are having the company, company code, consolidation business areas, and as well as the business unit. Okay, boss, that's what's done. Can you clearly explain a few of those things? Then we can say that the company is nothing but a group of the client's company. And the company code, the subsidiary part of the client's company. But one company can have a multiple of the company codes also. That means one group can have a multiple of subsidiaries. Okay. And what would be the consolidation business area? Where the company code has been physically located. That means physically where the company was established, which we can call it a consolidation business area. It can be either by the zonal wise, regional wise, state wise, or country wise, or whatever it was, which we can call it a consolidation. And at last, we can have the business areas. And what do you mean by the business area in the sense of where the company making the revenue? That means on which place they are doing the business or making the revenues, those which we can call as a revenue areas. In other words, which we can call as a business areas. Yeah, Arjun, are you following with me? Is any question is for me
Yes,
outside?
sir. Yes, sir. No, no, sir. I can hear you and I'm following you.
That's great. That's great. Now the client has been given the requirement like this, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
as a consultant, we need to create how it was. That was a thing which we had to do. So initially, first the client is asking about the company. That means for this there was a multiple of these screens will be there. Creation of the company, creation of the company code, a creation of the company code, and everything will be there. So
Okay.
as like that, there should be a multiple of screens will be there, and as well as I need to maintain or create those of the things. For the menu path here itself it is SPRO, SAP, reference, IMG, SAP reference IMG, under that enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, financial accounting, and again financial accounting. Under that, the first one will be the define, and the second one will be the edit, copy, delete, check, company code. And the third one will be the maintain consolidation business area. Maintain consolidation. And the last, define business. So these are the things which I'm having now for using of all these things, how we can. Let's see from this SAP initial screen. First of all, I need to create the company. For that, let us log in from here. Your user ID and make your password correctly. Make the language and enter. Now, from here, as we discussed, the menu part here is SPRO. First of all, that means we need to move from GUI to IM. Let's go for your SPRO. There is no question, so either we can use the small letters or capital letters. There is no issue. Enter. And after that, it will be showing that SAP reference IMG. That's it. And again, enterprise structure. So this is the IMG screen. There you can get the enterprise structure. Then before of that, we need to click on this button. This one. Arrow. Means under the enterprise structure, whatever we are having, we can get everything from there. Okay. And now, under the enterprise structure, what we are doing is defining. That means you are creating the new one. Definition. Under that, financial accounting. There in the financial accounting, I need to go for the different companies. So here, different company. So, for making of the creation of the company here, just click on this. There from here, SPRO, SAP reference IMG, enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, and then define company. And then define company. So here, what we need to do that, we need to create the new things. We need to create the something new here. For that purpose, go for new entries. Select new entries. And what will be the company? That means whatever the project which you are doing, what's the kind company name which they have given. They said that it was in a Penna group of the companies. Okay, no problem. But what is the name which we have to propose for that Penna names? So that should not be more than the 6 alphanumeric digits. That should not be more than the 6 alphanumeric digits. So here, let's take the PEN here. Even instead of that PEN 1, 2, 3, I wish you can do anything. Either PEN 1 or something, whatever. But it should not be more than the 6 alphanumeric digits. And here I am writing the clear name, Penna group of companies. Penna group of companies. and where the street it was. It was located in the Dadar. And the post box number something, and the postal code something, and city it was in a Mumbai, country, language, currency. See, the client has been given their company details as like is in the way of Penna group of the companies, and it was located in the Dadar, and it consists of so and so details, and it consists of so and so details. And now we need to make a save it. See here, either we can click on the save, or else it's with the control S, or else the F11. That means we can go for either this or F11 or else control S. Now just click on this one. That's great. See, it was showing the error. Why? Because if you are using the country of the India, that should not be more than the 6 digits per postal code. Enter now. That's it. See, the data was saved. That means, as per the client, they have said, define company, I done that. So company was created. There was an PEN 123. And now I have to go for the company code. So from here, for making of a company code, I need to come back here. That means if I can use the slash and I can directly click on the same. But I'm going to the geo. But what I'm saying is that I need to come back one step, either this or a two. I have done with the company. Now I'm going for the edit copy check company code. And here it is asking that do you want to edit the company code data or else to copy delete the check the company code. Now I need to go for edit company code data and make it new entries. And what would be the company code? As we said that the company is the maximum of 6 alphanumeric digits, but the company code is the maximum of 4 alphanumeric digits. So here the company code which I need to give I want to give here as an PEN which I am giving here as a PEN. And where it was located? I am giving here it was located in the Delhi, and the country of IN, and the currency of INR, and the language of PN, and just make it safe. That's it. Now, whatever the client is asking for me about of the company and about of the company code has done. And now I need to go for the maintain consolidation business area. For creation of this consolidation business areas, I will go from here, come back, and then go for maintain consolidation business area. Maintain consolidation business area. Just click on this one. Just click on this one. And then make it new entries. Then make it new entries. New entries. And there is asking about the something. That is the consolidation. Your wish. Just make it as an PEL. Let's take the something around AP. PENP. Let's take the Tamil Nadu and PENC. Let's take this in Karnataka. And all these things are the consolidation business areas. And now, as like as in the same way, I need to create the business areas. And new entries goes for the F5. F5. Now here, PEN1, Hyderabad, PEN2, Vizag, PEN3, Chennai, PEN4, Coimbatore, PEN5, Bangalore, and PEN6, Mysore, and so. Now you can check it out. Whatever the client is asking about of the company, there was a Penna groups was created in the system. And the Penna Cements that has been already there. And they are having the AP Tamil Nadu Karnataka. And they are having the Hyderabad Chennai Coimbatore Bangalore Mysore that was also done. That means we have done all the client required enterprise structure, into the system itself. Now is it clear, Mr. Arjun?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a second.